Los Angeles International Sports Arena, November 1972. Saturday evening, 7:45 p.m. The arena is filled with 4,000 spectators drawn from two separate but colliding worlds. The bodybuilding competition occupies the morning and early afternoon. The International Karate Championship occupies the evening. The mixing of audiences creates an unusual dynamic. Fitness enthusiasts who see martial artists as theatrical, martial artists who see bodybuilders as cosmetic. Two different philosophies of what the human body should be, should do, should achieve. The International Strength Athletes exhibition is in its final heat. Heavyweight division. The stage is brightly lit with the kind of theatrical lighting that makes muscle definition visible from 200 feet away. Competitors pose in sequence, each hitting classical bodybuilding positions: the front double biceps, the rear lat spread, the side chest. Each position held for 10 seconds while photographers rush the stage, cameras flashing. This is bodybuilding in 1972. This is spectacle. On stage now stands a man who represents the absolute pinnacle of what dedicated years of ironwork can produce. His name is Raymond "the Tank" Morrison. Age 31. Height exactly 6'4". Weight precisely 350 pounds. Those numbers matter to him because he has measured them obsessively for 18 years. He knows the exact percentage of body fat. He knows his exact caloric intake. He knows how many grams of protein he consumes daily. Everything quantified. Everything controlled. Everything optimized for maximum mass. His physique is undeniable. The numbers made flesh. Chest measurement 52 inches around. Biceps 23 inches cold. His thighs measure 28 inches each, larger than most men's entire torsos. He has never been defeated in bodybuilding competition. He has won the National Mr. America title 3 years running. He has competed internationally and won consistently. He has never been matched in his weight class. The closest competitor to his mass finished 12 pounds lighter. 12 pounds sounds small until you understand that those 12 pounds represent months of additional training, additional caloric intake, additional sacrifice. Raymond walks across the stage hitting poses with the precision of someone who has practiced these exact movements 10,000 times. The front double biceps, arms raised, biceps flexed, shoulders twisted to maximize the appearance of size. The crowd applauds. He holds the position for exactly 10 seconds as per competition rules, then shifts into the side chest, the side triceps, the back double biceps. Each position a demonstration of size that the human eye struggles to process because there is no context for this much concentrated muscle. The judges make notes. The photographers capture images that will run in bodybuilding magazines throughout 1973. The crowd reacts with the specific appreciation that bodybuilding audiences give: recognition of dedication, recognition of sacrifice, recognition of the tangible results of years of focused effort. This is Raymond's world. This is what he has trained for. This is validation of everything he believes about what the human body can become. Then, the judges finish scoring. The winner is announced. Raymond wins, as he always wins. He raises his arms in victory. The crowd applauds. The photographers capture more images. It is at this moment, standing on stage under the lights, having just validated again his absolute dominance in his category, that Raymond decides to make a statement. He requests the microphone. The competition organizer, slightly confused by the irregular request, hands it to him. The crowd quiets, curious about what the newly crowned champion wants to say. Raymond's voice is deep, carries easily through the arena's sound system. I want to address something I've been hearing all evening. There are martial arts championships happening here tonight. Karate, kung fu, all that kind of fighting. He says fighting with a slight edge that communicates doubt about whether these competitions constitute real fighting. I've watched some of it. The speed is impressive, the techniques are flashy, but I want to make something clear to everyone here, especially to the so-called martial arts champions. He pauses. He is enjoying this. The crowd leans forward. Size matters. Strength matters. All your fancy techniques mean nothing against real physical power. 350 pounds of legitimate, conditioned strength. He gestures to his physique as evidence. I challenge any martial artist in this arena to step into the ring with me. Right now. 1 round. 3 minutes. Full contact. You show me your best technique. I'll show you what real power looks like. What real physical dominance looks like. I predict you'll understand why technique doesn't defeat mass. The challenge hangs in the arena air like a physical presence. Tournament organizers exchange concerned glances. This isn't part of the program. The martial arts competitors in the crowd, there are perhaps 50 of them scattered throughout the arena, understand immediately what is happening. They understand that Raymond has just publicly challenged the fundamental premise of martial arts, which is that understanding and technique can defeat size and strength. They understand that his challenge is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what combat actually is. They understand that any martial artist who accepts will either confirm or refute the worldview of 4,000 people. No one moves. 15 seconds pass. 30 seconds. The silence becomes its own kind of answer. The silence says yes, 350 pounds is too much. The silence says Raymond is right. The silence says size wins. Then in the back of the arena, in a reserved section for specially invited guests, a man stands. Chuck Norris is 32 years old. He was born in Ryan, Oklahoma in 1940. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighs 185 pounds. His physique is entirely different from Raymond's, not in the sense of being underdeveloped, but in the sense of being built for different purposes. Built for movement rather than mass. Built for efficiency rather than appearance. Built for function rather than form. His body carries no excess. Every pound of him serves a purpose related to his actual practice, which is competitive karate at the highest levels. Chuck is the professional middleweight karate champion. He has held that title for 6 consecutive years. He has defeated every significant karate competitor in North America. He has competed in Europe and defeated competitors there as well. His record is 183 wins and 6 losses, accumulated over years of continuous competition. He is, by any objective measure, the most accomplished karate fighter in North America in 1972. He has been invited to the arena as a guest, to make an appearance, to sign autographs afterward, to watch the competitions, to lend his name and prestige to the event. He was absolutely not invited to compete. He was not planning to compete. He was planning to sit comfortably in the reserved section, watch the karate championship later, then leave. But Raymond has just publicly challenged the martial arts community, and Chuck understands something about public challenges that most people don't. A public challenge unanswered is a challenge accepted. Silence in response to a public claim carries meaning. It carries the implication that the challenge is unanswerable. That perhaps Raymond is right. That perhaps 350 pounds of muscle is simply insurmountable. That perhaps technique is in fact irrelevant to combat. And if that implication takes root in the minds of 4,000 people, it will spread, it will influence how people think about martial arts. It will influence how people think about what Chuck does. It will influence the next generation of martial artists who might decide that size is too big an obstacle to overcome. Chuck Norris stands. He is wearing casual clothes, dark pants, a button-up shirt, nothing that suggests preparation for combat. He begins walking down from the reserved section. People notice. Whispers ripple through the arena. That's Chuck Norris. Recognition travels through the crowd like an electric current. The karate competitors in the audience straighten. The martial arts photographers who notice Chuck's presence suddenly become very attentive. Something unexpected is about to happen. Chuck reaches ringside. A tournament organizer moves to intercept him, trying to explain that this isn't authorized, that there's no medical personnel prepared, that insurance considerations make this problematic. But Chuck is already at the microphone. He requests it. The organizer, seeing the situation spiraling beyond his control, hands it to him. Chuck's voice is calm, measured, completely without anger or ego. I'd like to accept your challenge. 3 minutes, 1 round, your rules. Full contact. No referee interference unless there's serious injury. The crowd erupts. This is exactly what they came for. This isn't scheduled programming. This is real. This is David and Goliath. This is the moment that will determine something fundamental about whether martial arts work against pure physical dominance or whether Raymond's worldview is correct. Raymond's expression changes. He was expecting continued silence. He was expecting validation. Instead, he has received acceptance. and he has received it from someone the crowd actually recognizes. From the professional middleweight karate champion. From someone whose name carries weight in martial arts circles. The slight concern crosses his face. Just a moment, then he reasserts his confidence. "Get in the ring," Raymond says, not with menace, with the certainty of someone who has never been wrong about his own strength. In the back of the arena, in a reserved section for invited guests, sits a man who has heard this challenge before. Different version, different time, different opponent. But the same basic premise. Size defeats skill. Strength defeats technique. Mass defeats everything. Chuck Norris is 32 years old. 5'10", 185 pounds. A former professional middleweight karate champion. A man who has defeated every significant karate competitor in North America and Europe over the past 8 years. A man whose fighting philosophy centers on precision, speed, timing, everything that Raymond's worldview says should matter but doesn't. Chuck has been invited to the arena as a guest. To make an appearance. To sign autographs. To watch. Not to compete. But Raymond has just publicly challenged the martial arts community. And silence in response to a public challenge carries meaning. It carries the implication that the challenge is unanswerable. That perhaps Raymond is right. That perhaps 350 pounds of muscle is simply insurmountable. Chuck walks down from the bleachers. The crowd sees him. Whispers ripple. That's Chuck Norris. Recognition travels through the arena. The organizers see him coming. One moves to intercept, but Chuck is already at ringside. He requests the microphone. Raymond laughs. Genuine laughter. He looks down, literally down, at Chuck with an expression of absolute certainty. "You, the karate guy? I outweigh you by 165 pounds. I outmuscle you in every single category. This isn't fair to you, kid. Walk away while you still have your reputation intact." Chuck's response is measured. "I accept your challenge. 3 minutes, 1 round, your rules. Full contact. No referee interference unless there's serious injury." The crowd erupts. This is exactly what they came for. This is real. This is David and Goliath. This is the moment that will determine something fundamental about whether martial arts work against pure physical dominance. Raymond strips his shirt. His physique is undeniable. He is objectively one of the most muscular humans in the world. He drops into what he thinks is a fighting stance. Legs wide, arms up, weight forward. The stance of someone who has never seriously fought and is guessing based on movie images. His trainer yells encouragement from the sidelines. Destroy him. Show everyone what real power is. Chuck takes off his outer shirt, revealing a physique that is entirely different from Raymond's. Defined, yes, muscular, absolutely, but functional. Built for movement, not for appearance. Built for efficiency, not for mass. Built for the specific demands of combat, not for stage presentation. They face each other in the ring. The size difference is visually apparent to everyone watching. Raymond appears to be twice Chuck's size, perhaps literally. The disparity is the kind that makes physics difficult to argue with. How does 185 pounds of muscle move at the speed required to avoid 350 pounds of force? The bell rings. Raymond comes forward immediately, committing his weight, throwing a wide, powerful haymaker punch that generates force from his entire body mass. It is the kind of punch that, if it connects cleanly, will end the fight. It will end it decisively. Chuck has no frame of reference for generating equivalent force. What Chuck has instead is timing. Chuck steps offline, moving not backward but at a 45-degree angle to his right. Raymond's punch, which was traveling toward a target, finds empty air. The momentum carries Raymond forward, and by the time his brain processes that the target isn't there, Chuck has repositioned. 30 seconds into the round, Raymond has committed substantial energy to a technique that landed nowhere. His breathing, which was controlled, now carries a slight edge. Raymond attacks again, this time a low kick designed to take out Chuck's foundation. Chuck sees the chambering, the slight lift of the leg before the kick develops full speed. He checks it, shin meeting shin, the accepted way karate fighters defend against kicks. The impact carries Raymond's force into Chuck's leg, and Chuck's structure absorbs it completely, distributed through his entire body rather than concentrated in a single point. 90 seconds. Raymond has thrown 4 significant techniques. None have connected. His confidence, which was absolute 2 minutes ago, is beginning to fracture. He can feel that something about the fight isn't working the way he expected. The smaller man is moving in patterns Raymond's untrained brain cannot predict or counter. Chuck moves forward, not retreating, not defensive, offensive, but controlled. His hand extends, a straight punch traveling directly down the center line. It's not the widest punch, not the most powerful looking, but it's aimed perfectly at the space between Raymond's hands, traveling the shortest possible distance, generating force through proper kinetic chain rather than through mass. The punch connects with Raymond's solar plexus, not with full power. Chuck pulled it slightly because this is a demonstration, not an attempt to seriously injure. But it connects with enough force that Raymond's breathing stops for a moment. His diaphragm spasms, his weight shifts forward then back, his body's automatic response to sudden impact in that specific location. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Raymond's face shows the first sign that his worldview is being challenged. His breathing is harder now. His movements, which were initially powerful and explosive, are now showing slight hesitation. When you've never been effective in a fight, the first time your most powerful technique fails to land begins a process of psychological cascade. The certainty erodes. Raymond attacks with increasing desperation, throwing combinations now rather than single techniques. As if adding volume will solve the accuracy problem. Chuck defends, controls, redirects, never attacking with serious force, but never allowing Raymond to achieve the dominant position his size should theoretically guarantee. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Raymond has been moving, expending energy, committing his considerable muscle mass to techniques that continue to miss. His breathing is now labored. His movements are slowing imperceptibly but measurably. Chuck, who has moved efficiently, who has expended energy in controlled increments, is still breathing at his normal rate. Raymond throws a final desperate combination, punches aimed at Chuck's head, body, legs, the techniques of someone who is now fighting reactively rather than with strategy. Chuck moves through them with what appears to be minimal effort. Then, as Raymond's final punch arrives, Chuck doesn't move away from it. He moves into it, accepting the punch on his raised forearm, using the impact to redirect Raymond's force backward, stepping in simultaneously, his right knee rising toward Raymond's body. Raymond sees the knee coming and turns, trying to protect his ribs. The knee glances off his hip instead of the target, but the motion is moot. The bell rings. 3 minutes. The round ends. Raymond is breathing heavily. His face shows something that isn't anger or frustration, but realization. Realization that he has been wrong. Realization that his 350 pounds, his 18 years in the gym, his perfect bodybuilding record, means nothing against someone who understands something he does not. Realization that understanding is a form of power that mass cannot purchase. The crowd goes silent for a moment, then erupts. Not in triumph, but in understanding. Everyone watching comprehends what they just witnessed. Size is real, strength is real, but they are not the only variables. They are not even the primary variables. Understanding is the primary variable.